How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Steins Linear Bounded Phenogram. The last episode was quite the emotional one as Kirisu got to talk with her father on a deep and emotional level, which you don't really see a lot out of Kirisu's father in terms of that. You really just see that murderous side of him, and also that evil side of him, as well as that unlikable side of him. He's just not a great character. He actually really fucking sucks, but there was that redeeming quality or factor that we got to see out of him in the previous episode, which was nice. But now it's time to spring the plan into action. Now that there is a plan of some sort, we got to convince Okabe to keep on fighting, even so he has given up hope at this point. So let us read on. Once Papa hung up, Ferris, Yukitaka Oji-sama, and I finalized our plans, but before heading over to the lab, I wanted to check on Okabe. He looks better rested thanks to Kuriki-san's treatment. I gently caress Okabe's cheek. Then Okabe shakes his head and grimaces. He must be dreaming about her. But it doesn't look like a pleasant dream.
Okabe, 待ってて。私が必ずその悪夢から解放してあげるから。あんたが真由里のために時間を飛んだように、私も過去に飛ぶわ。おかしいわよね。あんなにタイムマシンに嫌悪感があった私なのに。
My aversion to time machines. It was born out of my rejection of my father's obsession with them. But now I have no such aversion. Especially after learning the truth about CERN's research, getting myself involved in the development of a time machine, and realizing that time travel is more than just junk science. But even putting aside my aversion, I do feel as though using the time machine myself is taboo. The time machine puts godlike power into our hands. It defangs causality, allowing you to change the past and erase history as we know it. And changing the past is against my personal creed. Papa and I had a big falling out 11 years ago. I wouldn't want to change that painful event just because I have a time machine. Everything that has occurred in my life has shaped the person that I am today. Losing even a single event would make me a different Makise Kurisu. And as long as this is true, I have no need to change the past, nor do I think the past should change, at least as far as my personal past is concerned.
だから、私がこうするのは、岡部、あんたがそうすると決めたから、真由里を助けるために、何度も時間を繰り返すと決めたから。
Okabe said that the first time was instinctive. He said that it was the only way he could think to save Mayuri, and his body moved on his own. And once he started, he couldn't stop. Human beings are like that, and that's why people shouldn't become so dependent on power or play with forces beyond their control. But knowing the circumstances around his decision, I don't blame Okabe. Besides, my beliefs are my own, and not his. In other words, the time leap I'm about to perform isn't something I'm doing myself. Rather, I'm standing in for Okabe just this once. Besides, we had no other option. And if it weren't for Papa persuading me, there's a chance that I wouldn't attempt a time leap at all. Of course, none of that is to say I would put that burden entirely on Okabe. Ultimately, it was my decision. I can't stand seeing Okabe like this. There's no doubt that my desire to save him is a powerful motivator. Sometimes one must take action, even if it goes against their beliefs. While it's common among us, scientists, it's the kind of situation I never wish to encounter.
でも、だからこそ、必ずあんたに道を示してみせる。真由里と、自分と、 岡部のために。
Oh, right, and for Hashida too, though he might be able to escape on his own if he doesn't get killed.
正直言うとね、ちょっと怖くはあるのよ。だって自分で作ったとはいえ、タイムリープマシンがきちんと動く保証はないしね。あんたはそれで飛んだっていうのに、自分勝手ね、私。
Of course, it is possible that the time leap machine wouldn't work properly on someone without Okabe's reading Steiner ability. It may function differently based on a person's age and gender. Newly created technology always brings with it a number of unknowns. But Okabe leapt through time for Mayuri without a single assurance. So I want to do the same.
そう。あんたのためにね。
But even with my newfound determination, I'm really scared. I can't help it, no matter how much faith I have in my theory. It's like every episode, man, there's a mistake. And I'm not going to stop bringing it up. You know, if they're going to make you spend the money on a game that's the only way to get this game, it's still locked behind Steins Gate Elite. You know, you'd expect them to polish it up, make sure that there's no errors. I mean, come on. Just hire me. Please. I've been saying this for a long time. Just hire an average guy like me. Just to, like, proofread. I look at Okabe's sleeping face and move closer to him. I put my hands on his shoulders and slowly, gently draw closer, so close I can feel his body heat, give Okabe a big ol' kiss. Then I place my forehead against his. Good enough. I bring my thoughts next to his thoughts, and we exchange breath and body heat.
Okabe, 好き。あんたがどれだけ中二病でも、センスのおかしな空気読めないもんでも、知識の偏った北欧神話好きでも、そんなの全然関係なく好き。クリスティーナとか女子とかセレセブとかザ・ゾンビって呼ばれるのはいい加減縮小気味だけど、そのうち必ずあんたに私の名前をきちんと呼ばせてみせるわ。真正面からね。
That was my one-sided confession to a sleeping man. A confession that was unfair in some ways and meaningless in others. I don't expect him to respond. In fact, I'd probably never live it down if he did. And it was for nothing. More than my own satisfaction. But for now, that's good enough. I don't intend on ignoring Mayuri either. I can make my official confession another time. This was just a sort of ceremony to receive the courage I need. A ritual. With slight reluctance, I pull my body away from Okabe's. Wait a minute, that was spelled wrong. Hold on, can I go back? Oh wait, I guess it wasn't. Okay, I thought it was spelled wrong. Now I'm just trying to look for mistakes. I wanted to stay with him a while longer, but I don't have a lot of time. If the Rounders decide to make a forceful move against us, it could all be over. Me too, Okabe. When I stand up and look at Okabe, I can see that Okabe's once pained expression has turned into a more peaceful one. His breathing is normal and sounds healthy. Yeah, he's gonna be okay.
じゃあ、岡部、行ってくるね。
I open the bedroom door and step out into the hall to the living room. I saw Ferris waiting for me. For some reason, she was sighing with disappointment.
あれ？どうしたの？フェリスさん。
I realized how suspicious I must look, given what I was just doing in there.
こーにゃん。これからはヘタレーニャンって呼んでやるにゃ。
I feel my body temperature spike. I'm sure my face is bright red.
フェリスさん、覗いてたわね。覗くも何もないにゃ。それくらいチェシャーブレイクで全部お見通しにゃ。
Yeah, whatever.
説明しよう。チェシャーブレイクとは 相手の目を見るだけで気持ちが分かってしまうフェイリスの超絶魔眼なのにゃ。はあ、それにしてもクーニャンがここまでヘタレだったにゃんてびっくりしたにゃ。時間がない状況じゃなかったらテイク2って言ってやり直しさせるとこにゃ。はあ、
I mean, I wanted to see them kiss. I'm all down for that, but it happened in canon, so I'm okay with it. Who knew Ferris-san would be like this? She has a weird style of speech, and even gives people weird nicknames. Between her and Okabe, why does Akihabara draw so many weirdos?
そんなことやってると先にもらっちゃうにゃ。
Said Ferris with a devilish smile on her face. She looks so cute that even I might fall for her. Okabe wouldn't stand a chance.
もう冗談をやめてってば。
分かってるにゃ。冗談だから安心するのにゃ。今はね。
I know that Ferris's true feelings are no joke. Even if I'm not good with people, I understand this much. But if someone told me to compete with Ferris fair and square, I would be in real trouble. I don't have the wealth of experience I need to deal with competition like this, especially with everything else going on. I don't think I'd even have the mental capacity for it unless we save Mayuri with this and the situation stabilized.
だからちゃんと勝負ができるようにクーニャンが元通りに戻すのにゃ。
もしかしてまたチェシャーブレイクで読んだ？
Could she really have some sort of psychic power? No, of course not. As a scientist, I can't accept that. But that would mean she has incredibly sharp intuition. Now I'm curious. I want to study this. I'd really like to conduct some experiments with Ferris as my test subject, but I have to hold off for now.
分かってる。私はそのために行くのよ。
Yeehaw!
さて、これでよし。
Before long, we had made preparations and returned to the lab, where we now stood in front of the time leap machine.
クーニャン、下の大きなテレビ電源入ってるのを確認してきたにゃ。
ありがとう。これでリフターの準備も OK ね。
With that, I activate the time leap machine. Now all that's left is to put on the headgear and press the enter key.
いよいよにゃ。
Ferris-san came over and held my hand tightly.
そう。世紀の一瞬ね。
Since Okabe has already used the time leap machine, this won't be the world's first instance of time travel. But it does mark the dawn of time travel experiments. And I will become one of the pioneers. The fear I felt earlier had waned, replaced by feelings of elation and curiosity. But at the same time, if I time leap, my reconciliation with Papa and the gift of my personal fork will be undone. I will be sending my current memories to a me who exists in a time before I spoke to Papa. After that, I'll be putting all of my efforts towards helping Okabe, instead of reconciling with him. Yeah, that is the drawback. If I didn't time leap, would Okabe someday be able to accept Mayuri's death and go to Aomori with me? My mind wanders toward these possibilities, but I seal away all of the confusion in my heart. My pride as a scientist, my feelings towards my father, they are minor compared to what's at stake. This is how it's supposed to be, right, Papa?
Okabe, Mayuri, Hashida.
It's all up to me now. The destination is yesterday around 5:30 p.m., when everything was bathed in twilight.
Okabe なら昼でも夜でもない狭間の時とでも言うんでしょうね。
Twilight, Tasogare, The Japanese word comes from how hard it is to see people in the unusual lighting. Excuse me. People would ask one another, "Who are you? Tazo Kade?" I remember one of my upperclassmen at Victor Condria telling me about the mythology of his home country. Once upon a time, the god of lightning forged a deal with a demon. The deal read, "The demon shall not, day or night, be harmed with anything dry or wet." But in order to defeat the demon, the god of lightning created the twilight. And to slay it, he used a weapon made of the bubbles of the ocean, something neither dry nor wet. In another myth, a demon was said to have obtained immunity to humans, gods, beasts, and other demons, whether day or night, inside or outside. In order to oust it, another god became a fusion of both lion and man, which was classified as neither beast nor human, and during the twilight, defeated the demon standing in a doorway, neither outside nor in. That's what he told me. Perhaps the moral of this myth is that when you are presented with two losing options, keep calm and think about whether there is a third. By using reason or by thinking outside the box, you can always find a third option. How oddly suited Twilight is to untangling the mess of causality in order to arrive at the correct option. Yeehaw, brothers. Yeehaw.
なんて、こんなこと考える私も相当ね。
I'm fine with it. It makes things interesting. But I suppose that's just how we are. Most scientists are just romantic chinubio. Spend enough time around them and it's only a matter of time before they rub off on you.
どうしたのにゃ、ふーにゃん。
なんでもない。それじゃあ、飛ぶわ。後のことをお願い。
任せといてにゃ。
I smile at her, and then put on the headgear. Here we go. As Kirisu, goddamn, we're following someone else to do a time leap. Electricity arcs through the air, and my surroundings are consumed by a whitish blue light. The ground shudders below my feet.
行くわよ。
I press the enter key on the keyboard. My body shakes as if I'm caught in the middle of a large earthquake. It's enough to throw me into the air. It felt like my body was about to make the leap along with my memories. No, that's not what leaped. Was it the world? Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo. Back in time we go, boyos. But as Kirisu, what is this? A ringing in my ear pierces deep into my brain like a metal pair of forceps. It feels as though the cells of my central nervous system are being torn apart in every direction, down to the atomic level. Sight, sound, touch, smell, taste, all 5 of my senses ignore my brain signals and receive information of their own accord. And it's not just my senses, my heart starts acting on an impulse, running through emotions until it feels like I'm about to burst. I am. This is... Yes, observe. Observe, analyze. I have to determine what this is. Extreme nausea and drunkenness erupt through me. My sense of gravity grows vague, and I'm jumbled around back and forth, side to side and up and down. The image of the world reconstructs in my brain as if an artist put it together out of scattered mosaic tiles.
そうだ。未来を思い出したのよ。私、最悪の気分かも。
Yeah, I bet it is. The world gradually comes back together. As my vision grows clearer, my mysterious sounds, or the mysterious sounds and sensations withdraw, as if I'm awakening from a dream. When I come to, I'm curled into the fetal position on the floor of the lab. The rays of sunset beam through the window.
やっぱり実験はするものだわ。こんなに気分が悪いなんて。
I'll keep that in mind for later. You could ride a roller coaster over and over again and still not feel this sick. This is valuable data. I wonder why. Does the brain get confused by memories that theoretically shouldn't exist and force the body through a series of illusions? It can't be a simple physiological phenomenon.
岡部も言ってくれればいいのに。
At any rate, I still feel sick. This degree of discomfort would make it dangerous for anyone frail to use. They'd be consumed by it.
もしかして岡部がああなった理由の一つかしら。かなりの負荷がかかると見て良さそう。岡部、ごめん。
I managed to keep the contents of my stomach where they belong. Again, another mistake. And check the time on my cell phone. August 13th, 1724. The time leap was a success. Success being a relative term, I've been in pain for about 10 minutes now. I wonder how it was for Okabe. From what I observed, it didn't look like his time leaps took as much out of him. Did he get used to it? Or maybe the effects vary between men and women, or from person to person.
そもそも岡部にはリーディングシュタイナーがあるものね。
I sluggishly pull myself to my feet. I have to get to the bridge in front of the UPX. Like Ferris told me, if she's right, Okabe should be there. We only have a couple of hours before Mayuri dies. Considering it was around 7 p.m., I have an hour and a half. I have to reinvigorate Okabe and send him back to the past within that time.
でもこれしかないと分かってはいるけど、岡部をあんな目に遭わせなきゃいけないのね。タイムリープって。岡部、本当にごめん。次は快適にできるよう改良するから。
To keep Okabe from getting too concerned, I won't tell him that I performed a time leap to be here. That's the rule. Let's go. Wait for me, Okabe. Did the screen in the background always change like that? I don't remember. The effects of the time leap were unexpectedly intense. I didn't expect the road to feel this long. I can normally get there in no time. It takes all my strength just to keep my legs moving, and every breath is a struggle. Eventually, however, I make it to the front of UPX. Excuse me there, I was starting to trip on my tongue. Just ahead of me, I saw Okabe crouched down in the middle of the UPX bridge. Even now, he looks so despondent. It was hard for me to believe that Okabe could look so depressed. For me, this was a mere 20 hours ago, but for him, it could have been a lifetime. But seeing him like this nearly brings me to tears. But crying now would be meaningless. I didn't jump back in time to cry. I must reach out to Okabe. That's what I should do. Something only I can do.
ねえ岡部、あんたは一体何度恐ろしい未来の記憶を思い出してきたの？何度まゆりが殺されてしまう残酷な光景を見つめてきたの？楽しげな喧騒があふれるこの街の真ん中で、たった一人で孤独に戦い続けて、そんな姿になって誰にも頼れずに心も魂も擦り切れて、嘆きと絶望で壊れかけている。ごめんね。いつもあんたのことを目で追ってたのに気づけなくてごめん。一人で戦わせちゃってごめん。ねえ岡部、私はそんなあんたの姿見たくないよ。また私のことを変なあだ名で呼んでほしい。 ジョシュって、クリスティーナって、ザ・ゾンビって、セレセブって。ムカつくけど、いつかちゃんと名前を呼んでほしいけど、でもやっぱり私をそう呼ぶ方が岡部らしいよ。そんなあんたに戻ってほしいよ。ねえ岡部、私は今のボロボロになったあんたに道を示せるかな。手助けになれるかな。あんたを助けたい、まゆりや橋田を助けたいっていう気持ちはもちろんあるけど、何よりも岡部、あんたを助けたいの。この思いを私は自分に対してだけはごまかしたくない。そのために自分の心情も曲げた。10年以上も嫌われてると思ってたパパとの和解もなかったことにした。だから岡部、次は私を頼ってほしい。あんたの仲間である私を、あんたの助手である私を。そうしたら私は絶対にあんたに道を示すから。
I take a deep breath. Suppressing the emotion that almost crushes my heart, I stand in front of Okabe, begging my voice not to tremble.
そこの地べたに座ってるドキュン男。
Ah. When I call out to him, Okabe slowly lifts his head and looks at me with hollow eyes. Ah, that was interesting. It all looped back to that. I don't exactly remember at what point that was in the original, but that was one of the scenarios. That was interesting. I liked that. I liked how it kind of looped back. So Okabe could keep going in the right direction. That was a nice move. I like that. I really did. I like the emotion we got to see out of Kirisu in that one as well. I felt like that was really good. We got to observe her character a little bit more. Got to see another side of her, which was nice. It's pretty interesting to know that even way back before Okabe started undoing everything and started fixing up these world lines, trying to go towards beta, that Kirisu was already in love with this man. Most likely because of the choices that you can make in order to get on her good side. So, I don't know, that was, that was nice. I liked that one. That was pretty good. Kirisu's perspective on all that was pretty nice. So, of course, nothing new has been unlocked because in front of us we already had some options. So, now I'll have to decide if we want to do Suzuha, Mr. Braun, or Ferris. Not really sure if I want to do Ferris at all, but I gotta get through all of these one way or another. I guess I'll make a decision by next time, and we'll jump into one of these. It looks like Ferris's, that's in like another weird world line. Same thing with Mr. Braun's, but not Suzuha's. Suzuha's is Alpha. Is that the same Alpha? No. Maybe? Hold on a second. Okay, it's close. It's close, but no, it's just... It's an Alpha world line that seems to be very close with Okabe's there in the beginning, and I guess technically a little bit close to the one that Kirisu was in. So I guess next time we'll choose from one of these three, probably not Ferris's like I said. If you guys have any suggestions of where we could go next, definitely leave a comment, and I'll wait a few days before I record the next one. So thank you all for watching this episode. If you enjoyed this one, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, any of that fancy jazz, and I'll see you all in the next one. And based on this pattern that we're currently in, we're 21 episodes in now. I believe every story is going to take about 7 episodes. So 70 episodes total, since we're at 21, and 7 times 3 is 21. It's not exactly 7. I mean, it was kind of like 6.5 for Daru's, and then it was like 7.5 for Kirisu, so it kind of got us back on track. So they're around 7 episodes. So if you guys want to know like where we're at, I guess you can base that on the multiples of 7. But anyways, enough math, enough science, and enough Steins Gate for this episode. I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy.